nobody has to take a beating in America. The government doesn't get to presume us guilty because we exercise our Second Amendment rights. It's scary to think that some prosecutors would actually observe otherwise. Wokeness shouldn't append indictment authority with prosecutors at any level. The prosecution in the Rittenhouse case was not acting in good faith. And of course, neither is the mainstream media. The mainstream media has repeatedly called Kyle a white supremacist. I hope he gets Nick Sandmann money in all of the lawsuits he's going to likely be filing. Joe Biden even called him a white supremacist on Twitter. Talk about defamation. There's absolutely zero evidence of the sort. The woke media, well, they've run out of cards to play, and so they just have to call and label everyone a white supremacist. Last year, when Kyle had to post a $2 million bail for his release, it was nearly impossible to crowdfund for him. Not only was the mainstream media doxing people who tried to fund his legitimate defense, ultimately a successful defense, but big tech was also deplatforming any attempt to do so. Never forget that the media doxed, vilified, and got people fired from their jobs just for donating to the legal defense of an innocent teenager. Meanwhile, the Soros-funded district attorneys in major cities across the United States dropped charge after charge. Kamala Harris, Democrat politicians, celebrities, they all advertised and donated to bail funds for rioters. These violent criminals ended up back on our streets. Streets where some committed even more violent crimes. It's despicable. Another interesting irony in this whole case is that Democrats want self-styled smart justice reforms to our criminal justice system, but only sometimes when it benefits their politics and conforms to their narrative. As Glenn Greenwald of Substack put it so eloquently, Democrats are profoundly committed to criminal justice reform for everyone but their enemies. Principles of rehabilitative justice, reform of the incarceration state, and liberalized criminal justice evaporate when Democrats demand harsh prison for their political adversaries. If you think Kyle was guilty, you're either willfully ignorant or politically motivated. If this is not self-defense, then nothing is self-defense. This case shouldn't even have been brought to trial. There shouldn't have been a charge in the first place. It was done solely for optics and to send a message. Not only does this leftist government want you to remain powerless to stop the mob from burning your cities to the ground, destroying your businesses, but it wants you to know that you aren't allowed to defend yourself if that happens either. Even if you're justified, they want you afraid, knowing that they could ruin your life if you don't play for what they designate as the right team. The left has sent their message, so let's let Kyle's acquittal serve as ours. Acquitted and equipped by the law and our choices to fortify the defense of our families